All right, we're in day 8 of the Citizens Climate Lobby Southern Tour, and today we're in St. Louis. And this morning we're going to be meeting with the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, and with me here are Carol Brayford and Tom Brayford. Tom, tell me a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, I really got involved in the climate issue after reading Lester Brown's book several years ago, Plan B. And right after I read that, I within 5 minutes, I called Earth Policy Institute, and I talked to Rhea Janice Kaufman, his right-hand woman. And I didn't know that Al Gore was already doing his slideshow. I hadn't read Bill McKibben's book, and so this was a total shock to me, what was going on with the climate. And I said, somebody's got to do something, and she got my urgency, and I said, what can I do? And she said, well, we could send you a box of his books at cost, and you can give them away or sell them or whatever. So you've been distributing Lester Brown's books. So that's how I got started.
Excellent.
I gave copies to the mayor and the president of the board of aldermen and all kinds of people.
Great.
And then I called up Sam Daly Harris, and I said, Sam, all the stuff that Results has been doing for years is gonna go backwards if we don't do something about climate. And Sam said, well, we really got our plate full already. I tell you what, if there are some other people that are interested, if you want to organize something around the conference. And so I got the researcher from Earth Policy Institute, Janet, to come and speak at the conference. So I feel in a small way I had something to do with the founding of Citizens Climate Lobby.
Because Marshall, who was with Results, eventually founded CCL.
Yeah, he was.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you. We have someone new who's joined us here for today's meeting. Tell me who you are. And
Dr. Lucas Sabalka.
I'm sorry?
Dr. Lucas Sabalka.
Great. Thanks for being here. And how did you hook up with Citizens Climate Lobby?
Oh, that's a good question.
Try to keep it like 30 seconds here.
I believe Brian Etling gave me the contact information for Citizens Climate Lobby.
Okay.
I met Brian in August when I went to the Climate Reality Project's August training workshop for climate reality speakers and leaders. So that was where I heard about Citizens Climate Lobby first. Excellent.
Okay, great. And back to Carol here. Carol, you're the group leader here for the Citizens Climate Lobby chapter in St. Louis. Who are we meeting with at the Post-Dispatch, and what do we hope to get out of it?
Well, we set a meeting with the editorial board, and it turns out that the editor of the editorial page is actually on vacation today. So we're going to meet with Kevin Horrigan and hopefully Deb Peterson. He let us know that their editorial board is now very small. So Deb's been out sick, but hopefully she'll be back today. But if not, the 5 of us will go and meet with Kevin.
Great. And what's the outcome that we're looking for with this meeting here?
So first of all, you said this is your southern tour, but you have now crossed over into the north. We're on the north side of St. Louis, and so we're in the north. This is a very progressive newspaper. They do a lot of very progressive editorials. What we'd like to see is for them to way up the ante. We'd really like them to have climate change be one of their key agenda issues for 2013, and for them to write on it frequently.
Excellent, great. Well, we'll see what happens in the meeting, and we'll come back to this.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye.
Okay, we just left the St. Louis Post-Dispatch talking to the deputy editorial page editor in there, and here are the folks from the St. Louis group. Let's go from left to right here, and tell us your name, and then I'm going to come back to Carol for a little comment on how the meeting went.
My name is Brian Etling.
Okay, great.
And I'm Carol Brayford.
Tom Brayford.
And I'm Dr. Lucas Sabalka.
Excellent, great. And so tell me, Carol, how'd the meeting go?
Well, it was great. It was so easy to talk with him. He's definitely on the side of making a difference with climate change. It was really interesting that he said his knowledge only goes an inch deep. So he's a sponge for us to stay in touch with him, and he said yes to both of our requests to cover this editorially before the end of the year, and to let us do an op-ed frequently, and he kind of gave us some tips about how to get them in the paper.
Great, great. Well, wonderful news here. It looks like we had a great meeting here with the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, which is one of the leading newspapers in the country. This is huge.
Yeah.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you,
Thank
Steve.
you.
Okay. Well, I'm here in Nashville, left out of St. Louis early this morning, crossed 4 rivers, crossed the Missouri, the Mississippi, the Ohio, and the Tennessee River. And as you saw in the previous video, had an amazing meeting with the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, got some great commitments from them to write an editorial and publish op-eds from us and so forth. So it's continues to be just an amazing journey here, and it's kind of a testament to the power of commitment. And what I want to do right now is read this quote. It's by F. Murray Scott, who was on a Himalayan expedition, and this is what he said about commitment. Until one is committed, there is hesitancy, the chance to draw back, always ineffectiveness. Concerning all acts of initiative and creation, there is one elementary truth, the ignorance of which kills countless ideas and splendid plans. That moment one definitely commits oneself, then providence moves too. All sorts of things occur to help one that would never otherwise have occurred. A whole stream of events issues from the decision, raising in one's favor all manner of unforeseen incidences and meetings and material assistance, which no man or woman could have dreamed would have come his way. It's a very powerful quote, and basically what it's saying is that when you commit to something, things start happening. Things happen that you couldn't have even imagined. But you have to make a commitment. There has to be some act that you do that kind of releases that energy. And for them, that act of commitment was to book their passage to India. They bought their ticket to get on the ship, and the moment they bought that ticket to get on the ship, that's when things started to happen for them. And this trip that I've been on, I'm in day 9 now of this 10-day trip. This was originally supposed to be just fly into Fayetteville, Arkansas, lead a workshop, go home. But I thought, no, let's do something else. I'll commit to traveling through several states, and we'll see what will happen. I'll make stops in certain places along the way, and try to do things like energize our existing groups, meet with newspapers, make contacts to start new groups. And all I did was say, okay, I'm going to stop here, 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 and here. Let's see what we can make happen. And all of a sudden, things started happening. We got in touch with people we didn't know in Birmingham and Tuscaloosa. We got in touch with somebody we didn't know, or somebody who was new in Memphis, and now we have a contact in Memphis who's interested in starting a chapter, as well as the folks in Alabama. Over in Oklahoma, we met with a reporter, and a story came out of that, and then on top of that we had a dinner with some folks we have an existing group in Norman, and we had dinner with folks in Oklahoma City, and out of that dinner a new group was born in Oklahoma City, and then on to St. Louis, and meeting with the St. Louis chapter and the Post-Dispatch, and all the great things that came out of that. And now I'm here in Nashville, and I'll be seeing that group later on this evening. And tomorrow morning we'll talk to an editor from the Murfreesboro, Tennessee newspaper. But it was that act of commitment. I had no idea what was going to happen or what was going to come out of this, but it was the act of commitment that started making things happen. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, go ahead and commit to this greatest of all challenges we have. Commit to doing something, whether it's joining a citizens climate lobby group or starting one, or whatever. And when you do make that commitment, things are going to happen. So, got a little bit more to go for my last day tomorrow, so we'll wrap things up tomorrow.